Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. And this video is called Your Music Has to Be Good. Your music has to be good. And so I'm on a little bit of a break here from the day job, lunch break. And I thought I'd just make a quick video on this. Your music has to be good. I don't know how many times I've seen over the years these people on like YouTube or wherever, and they've got all the advice for musicians, for recording artists on how to make it big and how to get on a playlist and how to have some sort of success out there. And it seems like the first thing that they say is your music has to be good. That always cracks me up. Whenever I start hearing that, that's when I completely shut off and do not recommend this channel. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. That has nothing for me. Your music has what and who gets to judge that? You? Some critic? Whoever's behind the Grammys? What are you talking about, right? And I think that's the downfall of a lot of musicians and recording artists out there. They start thinking, well, it has to, I'm comparing myself to it has to be absolutely fantastic and brilliant and everything like that. And let's bring over the Eno quote. And let's move me out of the way. Yes, this is from an interview with Brian Eno in The Believer magazine. It was reprinted in Salon. And the interviewer asked, if you could email your 20-year-old self about what was ahead, what would you tell him? Or would you tell him nothing and just let him get on with it? And this is what Eno said, Brian Eno. I think I'd say, put out as much as you can. It doesn't do anything sitting on a shelf or hard drive. My feeling is that a work has little value until you release it, until you liberate it from yourself and your excuses for it. It's not quite finished yet. The mix will make all the difference, etc. Until you see it out there in the world, along with everything else, you don't really know what it is or what to think of it. So it's of no use to you. That's been a driving force for me as far as being a recording artist and releasing music on digital streaming services the last 5 or 6 years here. It's given me permission to kind of release a lot more stuff than I normally would. I used to hold a lot of things back, and after releasing that and curating that into playlists and on different services and everything, I realized that it's okay. I can release that under band names. It doesn't necessarily have to be under my name, but it's not like extreme, the kind of stuff that used to be Dr. Demento would play or anything like that. So that's what drives me. And I wish more influencers or whatever, like people talking about that sort of stuff, would bring up that Eno quote, because that is actually really good advice. Look at I would say all the deluxe and super deluxe editions, box sets and stuff like that have come out here in the last couple of decades. The Beatles anthology. I mean, I was listening to the Who Sell Out, the super deluxe. That's got some crazy stuff deep down in there. It's if you're interested in taking that sort of a deep dive, it's like, why didn't this get released at the time? This is brilliant. And so, but record companies and the way things sort of used to be, and you can only put out so much on vinyl and everything like that. But your music has to be good. Well, I'm not really into that. Also, sometimes I listen to these Spotify curated playlists, the kinds that I'm kind of aiming for some of my music. And I remember playing one thing one time and I was like, that's just 90 seconds of somebody holding down a chord with a crappy drum beat and a lame, simple trumpet loop going on every, 15 seconds or whatever. Like, is that good? Yeah, that's good because it got on the playlist. I'm listening to it. It's actually not too bad if it's sort of, background music or whatever, something playing in the background. But you take a look at the breakdown of what that track actually is, there's not too much there. It's, it's like a bag of potato chips or something. What else is there? Yeah, all these people out there that are just like, I got in a playlist and this is how you do it. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. Are you in the mind of the person who decided to select that particular track and put that into that playlist or that playlist? Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, you know? And are these musicians, with this sort of advice, are they building their own playlists? Not just on Spotify as a public playlist, curating them, but on other systems too, you know? Are you getting any traction on Apple Music? Because I tried and I couldn't. Nothing. I tried many, many, many different angles on there as far as public playlists on Apple. I got absolutely no traction. Whereas on other services, not a problem. I was able to get some sort of traction with public playlists. You know, right? I don't know what they're doing, right? And yet somehow they have all the advice, right? What's the other thing that they say out there? These pseudo influencers. Oh, you need to find your fans. You need to find your fans. You need to go and harass the influencers. I don't know. My feeling is like, could you waste your time any in a more stupid way? I don't know. Like, oh, join this Facebook group and find this subreddit and start. I can't even imagine. I have been parts of little groups and clubs and stuff like that over and that's with people who are musicians, and they don't. I, there's not like, is there like a group of people out there just waiting for the next dope thing to drop? Maybe there is, but I don't care. I'd rather spend my time making music, building playlists, and doing all that sort of stuff. There are other things out there too, like Submit Hub, which I have used in the past, and I've had a little bit of success with it. And but I think for some people, particularly those who are just starting out, be careful. Do your research. As far as Submit Hub is concerned, I kind of consider that to be like a long term type of thing. In my genres, there's not that many people out on Submit Hub building those types of playlists. So you have to be very, very careful about who you're pitching, what track you're pitching. Know and follow their playlist. Listen to what they put in there. I know, yeah, it takes a bit of work, and I don't spend too much time on Submit Hub. I do it infrequently, but I've had pretty good luck with it. But then again, I try to do my due diligence on that sort of stuff. And of course, submit to Spotify for Artists for every release. Uh, Try to pitch those curated playlists. The people, and I don't even know how that structure is. There are people out there who say, uh, "Oh, maybe you should try to find out who is behind actually crafting those playlists and try to buddy up with them." And that's just like slimy and not what? Oh, I'm going to try and get in with the guy who's making the playlist. Are you? That can't possibly work. And even if that worked, I wouldn't want to do it that way, right? I'm just going to pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch, and I'm not necessarily crafting my music to try to get onto a playlist. Other than the only other thing would be, knowing like, yeah, I'm not going to send the 15-minute epic to the playlist that only has 2 to 3 minute tracks, right? I'm not going to be that stupid, right? But if I have a good track out there that's like, a minute 57, 2:30, 2:45, something like that, that's the one that I would pick for that. I think about those things. And of course, schedule your releases at least a month in advance, right? Just don't just kick it out because you got to kick it out. Try to have that window out there so that your music distributor gets it over to Spotify, and then you have time to pitch them for them. Then when they know when it's going to go live, all that sort of stuff. When you have time to write your, what is it, a 500 character pitch to them, and you got to get better at that too. I've got, I'm constantly refining my pitches, trying to figure out what they like. So Yeah, don't try to, and whatever you do, oh my God, I still see this all over the place. Do not pay some service to promote your crap. It's all a scam and it will likely get you into trouble, right? Which is not, it's not that, some people, they just want it so bad and they want it to be so easy. The laziest, stupidest people succumb to that sort of thing. I'll just pay. He's pitched. He has a track record. Blah 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 blah. Or she. Do not do that. Don't do it. Build it organically. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of effort on your part. Oh, you're going to have to subscribe to multiple streaming. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to learn how to write. You're going to have to actually pay attention to these particular playlists on this service. Oh my gosh. I know it's a bit of work. Yeah, so stop watching the TV, stop watching the news, stop reading the news, and spend your time doing that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's it for today. For Tuesday, May 17th, 2021. Your music has to be good. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is Mark Rushton of markrushton.com, and we'll talk to you either on another day or in the near future.